All right, so we've got a unboxing here today. Just got a copy of Fields of Fire, second edition. This is the Volume 1 game. I believe there are two volumes out now. One is for the 9th Infantry, and the other is for the 5th Marines. That's Volume 2. But this is the second edition of Volume 1. It is a solitaire game, which I'm very much interested in. Love the war game types. I love Memoir 44, Axis and Allies, Cataclysm, played a little bit of, but I like this idea of a solitaire war game. It covers a lot of different parts of a lot of different wars. Obviously, you have World War II, there's some Korea campaigns and Vietnam campaign. So very interested in this. Just kind of looking at the back of the box here, what all comes in it. After doing some research, oh, it looks like they've actually bumped it up. Doing some research, the complexity, this game apparently is pretty complex, more complex than most people believe it to be. I know that I think originally it was at like a 5, maybe they've bumped it up a little bit. It is solitaire only though, so that's why it's such a high solitaire suitability. The map is a card-based map, so you lay out cards for the different terrains and buildings and such. Then you use game counters on top of those to represent your units, and then the events and commands that occur. And then you play off of an action deck that gives you different numbers of commands. You use it to determine the outcome of different attempts for things like seeking cover or trying to determine if you find contact with the enemy, things like that. The cards have random number generators on them, outcomes of combat, a lot of different things. So it's complex, but once you learn it, it seems like it's a pretty fun game. And definitely right up my alley. So I'm gonna unbox this and see what all comes in it. It's a packed full box, I know that. Okay, so we've got 4 decks of cards. See these there's the Normandy deck for World War II, terrain deck, Korea, and Vietnam. And this will be the action deck. So open those in a minute. Got a hefty rule book, 60-something pages, I believe. So a lot of rules, a lot of reading for this one, but again, as heavy as it is, I think it'll be pretty rewarding once I get through it and actually get into the game. Got a briefing booklet, gives you the information about the campaigns. This first one does the Normandy campaign in Vietnam. Gives you a vehicle and anti-tank weapons chart. On the back, briefing booklet number 2. This one has the Korean campaigns. There's 2 of them, Nak Tong River and Heartbreak Ridge. And some notes and an extended example of play. I always like reading through those and looking at those. I know in Cataclysm, that was a big deal. Being able to play the extended or example of play, see how the game mechanics work. And we've got sheets of counters here. So a lot of volume of fire. There's our radios, phone lines, a lot of pyrotechnics, command tokens. Starting to see some units. There's a lot of vehicles, American vehicles, weapons team tokens. They are double-sided. More weapons teams. There's the German tokens. Very nice. Awesome. Got a helicopter control card. One is a Marine side, the other is an Army side. I think more for the flavor of, so that the pictures actually match the actual type of military units that are coming in and out, whether it's Army or military. We got a larger vehicle and anti-tank weapons chart. Action attempt symbols, these show up on those action cards. So this player aid will definitely help understand what those mean and how to interpret them. Sure. NVA force packages, Viet Cong force packages, German and North Korean force packages. So these are usually going to be the enemy forces that pop up. Tells you how those enemies pop up on the map when you come across them and make contact. Enemy activity checks, the hierarchy of enemy defensive activity. There's another player aid card. There's the abbreviations to help you interpret when those pop up. There's more player aids. We've got the command display. Put your asset chits on this. Helps you to save space on the board or on the map, so you're not carrying everything around everywhere. You can leave some of those assets chits on this just to make it a little easier to see. Move things around. There's an 11 by 17 fold out. Charts and tables. A lot of information again. Really heavy game, but pretty rewarding once you learn how to play it, I believe. I've definitely been digging into the videos that other players have put online. And then you've got a bunch of expendable paper copies to write on where you keep up with your units, the enemy units, how much ammo they have left, casualties, experience levels, and then your own company. Keep up with each platoon, first, second, and third, company HQ, XO, first sergeant, any runners you have, any weapons teams that are attached to your company. Very nice. All right. So that's everything that comes in the game. Looks like they don't include the, at least this box doesn't have the sort of cardboard stack inside. That would have been coming out anyway to make room for cards and all the counters. Just open this up real quick. Nice feel to the cards. These, I know the action deck is shuffled a lot. There's actually a card in here that anytime it's drawn, you have to reshuffle the action deck, go through the cards quite a bit. There's several player aid cards, kind of summarize the larger player aid charts, I believe. But got some standard size sleeves. Hopefully they fit well for these. Keep this deck pristine and make it a little easier to shuffle. And then we'll open one of these up, see what's in here. This is the Normandy deck. Got some hills, marshes, orchard groves, a lot of woods, hedgerows, bocage. A lot of things you expect in Normandy, in France. Villages, some open fields, gullies, farms, a church and a cemetery. Okay. So this is, again, the map is made up of these cards. You lay them out, and this is the map that your troops move around on, card to card, just moving from one field to the next. I believe the back of the box talked about it, sort of it says on the back. The terrain cards are just abstract areas that are anywhere from 10 meters by 10 meters to 100 by 100, depending on the terrain. And the game takes place in turns, so Each turn would be effectively a 15 to 20 minute period. So let's say you have a 10 turn game. That's going to basically be anywhere from 150 to 200 minutes. So you're looking at about 2.5 to a little more than 3 hours of real time that mission would be replicating. So yeah, real excited about this. I'm gonna dig my teeth into it, try out some of the missions and see how we go, and hopefully put out some videos to show the gameplay, show what it's like, a bit of a walkthrough of the campaign. So really excited, and hopefully this will be a good fit, a good game.